What's up everyone, this is GM with another product. This is E-Element's Z-7600 wired gaming mouse with adjustable weights. It has 4 adjustable DPIs with switches the color to indicate the DPI level. So 1000 is red, 1600 blue, 2400 green, 3200 purple. The ergonomic shape and design plus scroll wheel with rubber and skin-friendly surface provides you the most comfortable feeling in hand to prevent fatigue from continuous gaming. It has 8-piece weights. You can personalize your mouse to fit your needs. An 8-piece weight turning set as well. Each weight is about 2.5 grams or 0.1 ounces. And then it's durable and smooth, Teflon feet and contoured body for ultimate gaming control, 6 feet high strength braided fiber cable, anti-skid scroll wheel, and 4-color backlighting, each color for 1 DPI as I mentioned before. Works on PCs and Macs, which I've tested. I had no problems personally, and there's no driver needed. Alright, so in the box of course we have the mouse, which I went ahead and plugged in, and then we also have a manual which is in English and Chinese. So the thing I love the most about this mouse is that there's no driver needed. If you've ever gotten a mouse that needs a driver, you know it can be hard to get it to work or even find it, if they don't provide you the disc for it. This one is just plug and play. I already went ahead and plugged it in and tried it in a few games. It works perfectly fine. Usually within the game is where you would actually program the buttons. I would like to point out a lot of similarities between this one and my Eagle Tech mouse right here. They literally have the exact same designs on the side. The back, kind of, there's not really a design, but it has a logo which lights up, which is the same. And then of course this side as well. And then the front is also the same except for the fact that this is wired and the DPI buttons are different. This also has a little bit of red on it. If you guys want a little bit more of a detailed difference, I can do a comparison video between these two. Just leave a comment below if you're interested in that. If I have enough interest in it, I will go ahead and make a video for that. However, for now, I'll just go over this specific mouse. So it is wired, as I mentioned, and as you can see, it has very nice braided cord, which is about 6 feet long, and it also has 6 buttons. So the buttons include the forward and backwards buttons, which if you're using on like a browser, it'll go back a page or forward a page. And then, of course, it has the scroll wheel right here, which is also a button, left and right mouse click buttons, and then the DPI button. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this around so you can see the lighting on the back, and let me go ahead and adjust this a bit so that way it's a little bit longer. There we go. So you can see the color on the back. It's lit up there and here. Alright, so I guess I'll hold it like this. So as a factory setting, it will automatically, when you plug it in, it'll go to red. So if you wanted to increase the DPI, what you do is you press the button. Now it's blue, which means it went up by 1, green, and then purple is the most sensitive, and then back down to red. So for those of you who don't know how DPI works, or as it's actually supposed to be called, it's CPI, it pretty much how it works is that, by the way, DPI and CPI are interchangeable, but CPI is technically the correct term for it. But let's say you move your mouse over an inch while you're playing a game. And then of course the cursor on your screen is going to move over as well. Well, if you increase the DPI, then moving your mouse an inch will increase how far your cursor moves on the screen. So it's kind of like sensitivity. If you're playing a video game on like a PlayStation or an Xbox, if you're playing a game, you can increase the sensitivity. That's pretty much what you're doing with the mouse when you're changing the DPI. And then some games also have in-game sensitivities on PC that you can change as well. So one thing that wasn't stated in the manual, so I'm gonna go ahead and unplug this real quick just so it's a little easier to handle. So real quick, this is the bottom look. It has 4 pads, very nicely, very easy to control that way. But the thing it didn't actually tell you how to do in the manual was how to remove the turntable that has the extra weights. And I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. It's very simple, which is probably why they didn't include it, but just since this is a little review for you guys, make it a little easy on you guys. So it says open and close. So I'm going to go and open it. You would turn it, I believe this is counterclockwise. It helps if you do both sides at once. And you just keep turning until you can't turn anymore and you kind of feel it. And it's kind of at this 45-degree angle. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pop it out. So as you can see, it's just a small cavity for it. And we have 8 weights. Each one is about 2.4, 2.5 grams and 0.1 ounces. And I'll go ahead and show you, they have a little like notch on them, so you just kind of pull it out like that. And what they're in is just kind of foam. So it's like the turntable and the foam really don't add much weight, which is the point of these weights. So you can take up to 10 of them, and the reason you'd want to, or sorry, up to 8 of them, my mistake. And the reason you might want to do that is, let's say that, why you might want to have more or less. Let's say that when you're gaming, I'm going to do this. Let's say when you're gaming, right, and you're moving your mouse around, right, and you're playing something like Call of Duty where you have to kind of be very precise in how much your cursor moves across the screen. Well, of course the DPI helps with that, but if there's added weight, it won't move as much. So if your hand likes to do little subtle twitches while playing, the extra weight will help, because then it won't make the mouse move as easily. It's very good. It's helped a lot, actually, personally, because whenever I've been playing Paladins, and I'm playing as a sniper, and I get ambushed, sometimes I kind of get a little bit twitchy in my movements, and I'll just barely miss, like very barely. So with the added weights, it makes it very easy to control those twitches. And then as I'm getting a little bit better, I usually take out 1 to 2 of these weights, but you know, for some people they don't need any, and they want a mouse that's super light. So then if it doesn't have any, this thing is really light and will move super quick. It will respond to every little twitch though, too. And of course, like, if you want to be sure that the amount of weight you added is correct, you just have to put it in like this. And you don't have to close it yet. You can just like test it out, see what feels right to you. But then once you are done, what you're going to do is you're going to turn it clockwise until it is completely horizontal. And yeah, that's all it takes. This is a very cheap mouse too. I believe at the time, this mouse was cheaper than the EagleTech, which is wireless. And the EagleTech doesn't even come with a changeable, or the turntable for weights. And you have to actually put in your own battery too. So, you know, one of those advantages of having a wired one, you don't have to worry about changing batteries and all that. And since it doesn't require a driver, it's very nice to be able to use. Alright everyone, that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe. The link to this product is in the description below. If you have any questions, leave a comment below or tweet me. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for joining me.